Hello, welcome back. Now we are going to look at examples of addition. So if we are having such numbers, so if the powers are the same, then we have no problem here. We will proceed and just add these two and we will get our answer. So in adding and subtracting, the rule is that the powers of 10 need to be the same. If they are not same, we have to adjust them into the same. So we will add, if we take this and this, we add them together, and the powers is the same, so it will so this is, so this plus this is 5, this plus this is 6.5, and multiplied by 10 to the power, to the third power, which is our final answer. You can see that this is 6.5. It has to be between 1 and 10, the constant. That is the rule. It is either 1 or less than 10. So let's look at another example. In this example, with the powers are also still the same. So because they are the same, this allows us to subtract in scientific notation, and it's easy for us to do this. It's easy for us to do this. So we basically take this and this and make the subtraction. So 8 minus this will give you, if we make a subtraction, we have to multiply it by our power of 10, which is the same, because both are the same. So we have 10 to the power fifth. So we simplify this by using our calc. If we subtract, we will get 0.4, and it is being multiplied by 10 to the fifth power. But we have a challenge here. We are having a 0.4, which is challenge. The constant, as we said, should be 10 or less. I mean, it should be between 1 and 10. So we have to move this decimal 1 unit to the right, and if we do that, this will be reduced. So we will have our new number 4.0. So 0.0 multiply by 10. So in this case, we have a negative 1. If we are having 4 here, but we are supposed to multiply it by 10 to the fifth. So if you are multiplying this, you basically add them. So we have 4 power 10. So if we can simplify this by simply adding the powers. So negative 1 plus 5 will give you will give you positive 4. Will give you positive 4, and that will be the answer. So let's take an example where the powers are not the same. If the powers are not the same, as we saw earlier, what you do, you have to change this so that you ensure the powers are the same. We can change the smaller power and make it as the bigger power, which is 5. So we will do that by basically moving our decimal point. So this will move 1 unit to the right, 1 unit to the left. So we will have 0.35. So multiply by 10 to the power 5. Then if you check, you can prove this. if you can always check if your answer is right. You will get 35,000, and even in this case, you will still get 35,000 as your answer. So in both cases, you get 35,000 as your answer. So we are saying here, the next thing to do is this times this. Now we can go ahead and add. So we will take this and add it to this, and we will get 3.45. We'll get 3.45. We'll get 3.45. So this will be multiplied by 10 power 5. This will be multiplied by 10 power, to the 5th power, or power 5. And what will be the result? The result will be like this, power 5. The result will be 3.45 power 5, and that will be our answer. So that is it with addition and subtraction. Let's look at the rules on multiplication. Let's look at the rules on multiplication. So when multiplying in scientific notation, this is what we have. Multiplication. Let's look at multiplication and see what happens. So if you have multiplication, the m factors are multiplied. The m factors are multiplied. The m factors are multiplied, and the exponents are added algebraically. And the exponents are added algebraically. So algebraically they will be added here. So let's consider an example here. You have 5.23 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 micrometers, then by 7.1 times 10 power negative 2 micrometers. So if you have these two and you are supposed to multiply the two, this is what happens. You will take 5.23 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 micrometers. Make it nearer. Make it neater. So micrometers. You will put this in brackets, and we are multiplying by 1 times 10 power negative 2 micrometers. This should be the same as 5.23 times 7.1. So we will take as we said here, the m factors are multiplied. So we'll take the m factors, then we will keep them blue here. So the m factors are multiplied together, and the powers are also multiplied. Here we have the power of the power of 6 multiplied by the power of minus 2. So if we do this, these ones will be added. So what is our result? We will get 337.133 times 10. So if you take this and you add it to this, you will get 10 to the power 4. Get 10 to the power 4 micrometers, and this should be square meters because this is area. So adjust to two significant figures. So if you adjust to two significant figures, you will move 1 point to your left, and as you move 1 point to your left, this will add the power by 1, so we'll end up with 3.7 multiplied by 10 to power 5 micrometers squared. So this will be our correct answer, because we are supposed our answer should be having the same power with the smaller number. Our answer should have the same power with the smaller number. So let's take an example here. So from this video we can see some few examples. So if you have, when you are multiplying, the order doesn't really matter, so you will multiply this and these, which are the constants, and so 2 multiplied by 4, and then later we multiply our base 10s. So base 10 with exponent 3, we will multiply it with our other 10 with exponent 20. So that is what we have of 20. So we multiply this, we will get 8. 8 multiplied by this. If we are multiplying, then we will add this. It will be 10 to power 23. So you just add up the exponents, and this will be our answer. Let's look at an example which is challenging a little bit. So we first of all multiply the base numbers. After that, we will have 3.5 multiplied by 3, and you multiply by 10, and then we will be adding with this. So what do we get here? We get 10 exponent of 2, 10 to the 5th. So if we simplify the expression, this is what we will have here, and here this will be 10 to power 3. Then we have another challenge here. So we have to take this 1 point behind, because we need to have a number less than, 1 on less than 10. So 1.05 multiplied by 10 power 4. So let's see how we divide. So for division, you take 3 times 10 to the power of 5th. So in multiplication, we were multiplying the constants. In the division, we have to divide the constant 3 and 6. So that is what we will do first. Divide by 6. Then we will multiply that by 10 to the second, and because it's division, it will be subtraction. in this case we'll be subtracting and not adding. So if we simplify, this will get a half, which is 0.5. Then we will multiply 2 subtract 5. Because we are dividing in this case, we will subtract. So we'll end up with 0.5 multiplied by 10 power to the power 3. So we'll move this one space, so we'll multiply by, so negative 1 plus negative 4, negative 3 will give us negative 4. So this will be our final answer. So that is it with addition, so we will stop here for this. I think it has been clear that during division and multiplication, those are the rules for us to follow.